Hey guys, what's going on? This is Goldguin here, and today I want to take the time to go over how skills work, how abilities work in Guardians of Ember, and give you guys a sort of example build to show you what I've come up with and what seems to be working for me. I'll say that this video is me doing it live, so I apologize if I repeat things or if I stumble, but just going ahead and getting into it. This interface that we're looking at right now is very similar to what you would see in Diablo 3. It's just a little bit set up differently. So if we look up here in the top left, these are our primary skills. These three skills right here, these boxes, these can all be bound to our left click and nothing else. They can only go there. So if I hit one and then decide that I'm going to drag it, you can see that down here my left click is highlighted. So it's letting me know where I can put it. If we move over to the side, we have our secondary skills. These all go on our right click, and these are our resource builders, and these are our resource spenders. That's how these work. Down here, 1 through 4, these can all be placed anywhere 1 through 4 on your hotbar. So if I pick it up, you can see that I can use it on 1 through 4. Now this is my primary class up top. At level 10, you unlock the option, and I guess the ability to have a second class. So if I swap over, this class is lower leveled. They level separately, which you can see my 2 experience bars at the bottom. This one is lower leveled, so I don't have everything unlocked yet, but it works the same way. I can combine the abilities any way I want, and this allows you to create your own class and combine the abilities to really make something that's strong. Passives I believe work only with your primary class. These are the priest passive abilities, and I get one at level 10, and then I unlock a second one that I can choose at level 30. So the way this works obviously is, like I just said, you can combine any one of these, and then your combination of 4, and then you can also pull and mix and match from your secondary class as well. But the way the actual tree works is every ability starts on the left side, and then as you move down the right, each time you get to one of these circles, wherever you are, the ability gets changed and it gets amplified. And sometimes it changes it from doing damage to doing healing. Sometimes it adds lifesteal. Sometimes it adds a slow or a debuff of some sort. So to show you an example, if we look at this one, this is a dark light energy that goes out, hits an enemy, and then bounces to 3 other enemies. Now if I go to the next option, you can see that when a target is killed, enemies within 15 units will take additional holy damage. They kind of be like an explosion, and they'll take damage as well. Moving down, you can see that this one will add a slow to the enemies, or has a chance to. So how do we get to these points? You have to get passives along the way, and you can see down here my 13 skill points. So the way this works is every time you level up, you get a passive skill point, and then you can use that at one point in the tree. These circles you don't have to actually unlock, you just have to unlock the passives leading up to it. So before this video, I went ahead and resetted all my points so I could start from scratch for you guys. So if we start from here, I have an option of which passive I want to take. I can either increase the damage by 0.5%, or I can increase my attack speed by 0.7. Now initially I thought that these passives for any given ability would only amplify that ability, but this is untrue. Now you can see if I hit attack speed, it locks it in, so I have that additional attack speed, and now I have access to this amplified ability. But if I take my cursor up top and go to the ability bonus overview, you can see that that attack speed bonus is up there. So not only does it apply to this ability, but it applies for anything that I do. So you can work your way down, and typically these will stay the same across. I still get damage or attack, and of course I get another one. Now if we go over here, let's check out this ability. This is, let's look at this one. This is a healing ability, so it drops a circle on the ground that heals every second for like 6 seconds or something like that. The passive on this one is going to be a healing bonus or a block chance bonus. So if we take the healing bonus and then we take the healing bonus and we see what we have now, this is giving you the same thing, except every ally has their damage resistance reduced by 15%. If we continue to go down this tree, you can see that this is now turned into a no healing ability, but simply increases your resistances, and their enemies' damage resistance goes down and their speed is decreased. So it turns it into a defensive spell to still a defensive spell, but not a healing one. It's a debuff spell rather than a healing spell for your allies. So you can see how you can change your abilities in that way, and you don't have to use the one that you're the furthest in. So if I want these passives, if I want the passive healing bonus, I can continue down the tree and still use the base or still use this one. So I'm going to reset my abilities again, and we can look at this one too. This is the Knight tree. My first one was Priest. This is the Knight tree. Now with this one, a lot of the abilities get amplified to add lifesteal. You can see that this is just a cone AoE right in front of you, a classic cleave. Now I can add crit to it, and then I can take this option, which will also leech 25% of the enemy's health. So that leads me into my build. Now this is an example build. This is showing how you can kind of combine everything. So with my primary, I'm not using a lot, but I'm using this Woven Guardian Spirit, which is just a standard spell. And what it does is it has orbs that rotate around my character. They do damage, but they also heal me. So I'm doing AoE damage while I'm getting healed. That plays into my build really nicely because it's a whirlwind build. This is just a smackdown. This is from the Knight tree. This is just some extra burst damage whenever I need it. Now the other thing I have is this Focused Prayer, which I'll show you how this works. It's actually a lot of healing right off the bat. You'll see I channel for 3 seconds and I gain health probably every 0.5 seconds for that duration. So this will almost completely negate any damage I'm taking. So if I get in a tight spot, if I'm waiting for certain cooldowns or whatever, I can just hit that and kind of put myself in sort of like a stasis. And as you just saw there, this can crit. So if we get back into it, how does this all play together? So I have this, which is giving me leech. So my resource generator is leeching. I'm getting lifesteal from it. Now if I move over here and I get this whirlwind, this is your standard Diablo whirlwind, ARPG whirlwind. When I amplify it, I now get leech from all enemies that I hit with it, 20%. So both my resource spender and generator are giving me leech, and then I also have my other two abilities here, 3 and 4, are my heals. I have the one that, like I just showed you, puts me in a stasis, and then I have the one that drops a ring beneath me, and then that is when I just stand in that and heal. So I can stand in that while I'm doing my whirlwind. I can get healed and continue to do damage. So the thing that really ties this all together is my passive, which is called Soul Reaper. Now this is whenever an enemy dies, whether or not I kill him or not, another player can be fighting him, I get healed for 3% of my max life and 50% of that mob's health. So you can imagine if I'm running around a dungeon with leech, if I'm lifestealing from all the enemies I'm AoEing down, and then every time they die I get healed for 50% of their life, it's really hard to kill me. So this is just one example of kind of the creative build you can make, how you can combine all the classes. I've chosen to make a very self-sufficient, this is really a good solo class, and it has a lot of sustain. I haven't had any problems doing a dungeon right now. And for the remainder of the video, I'm just going to show me doing a dungeon, showing you guys an example of how this build plays out. So if you guys have any questions, let me know, but that's going to be it. If you guys want to continue to watch, you can. Otherwise, thanks for watching.